Well, good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. I see Jay Short is here. Got a second round callback. So praying New Year, new JOB. Hey, congrats on the second round callback. Hope it works out for you. I know you've been like really looking for something, so fingers crossed this is the thing that works out for you, man. Six months, yeah, geez. Well, here's hoping. I have some Power Wash Sim for us tonight, and I figure we can chat as we go. If we want to change it up, play something different, or I don't know. I'm kind of open to whatever when it comes to the vibes tonight. So I guess we'll just we'll see where the evening takes us. But for now, I think we dive in. I think we get to power washing, and let's just go from there. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. I'll pause the background video. I've been trying to find a similar game to Power Wash Sim 2. I mean, there's always Power Wash Sim 1. That's the thing, you know, it's weird. I don't know that there is another game similar to the Power Wash Sim games. There's a couple of games that have tried, right? There's Lawnmower Sim and there's Farming Sim. And there's you know, some of the games that I played here on the stream, like Bear and Breakfast, for example. Cute little game, you know, low stakes. You just kind of chill and play, you know, play stuff. There's Car Washer and Crime Scene Cleanup. Yeah. Snowhole's here. Says, I recommend Give Coffee to Snowhole Simulator. If I could hand you a coffee through the internet, I would. But I can't, so I won't. What I will do is start washing. I've been waiting. I've been dying. I have been patiently, desperately trying to wash this dump truck. But we've been playing other stuff, so the time has come. Also, hello and good evening. Hello and good evening to you as well. Well, let's see here. We got some that's kind of loud. That's a lot of power wash. Let's try and turn that down a little. What if we go like that? Hang on, let me try a different way. That's better. Nah, maybe I'll split the difference. Why is this not? What am I missing? Oh, up here? There we go. It's one big dirty Tonka truck. Yeah, it is. But we're gonna make it nice and clean and pretty. Because if I know one thing about Tonka trucks, it's that they work better when they're pretty. Did Tonka ever do like a pink line of trucks? Like for girls that wanted to play in the mud? I mean their shit's usually like yellow, which is considered pretty neutral color, so you know, maybe they didn't need to make them pink necessarily. What's the matter?
I tried to do the hot chocolate bomb, and it's weird.
Oh. Okay. Thank you. They were made here in Minnesota. Tonka is short for Minnetonka. I'm confused. Like if they're not called soda trucks. Tonka truck, right? So, but it's not the state of Minnetonka, it's the state of Minnesota. I feel like I'm missing some context. Also, cheers. I have hot chocolate in a Star Wars mug. Minnetonka is the city. Oh, okay. I must admit I've never been to Minnesota, and I would not know any of the cities in the state of Minnesota. So today I learned something. I'm glad that I can learn stuff from my chat. If we're lucky, Petacaba will stop by and bring us a new word of the day. That should be fun. Let's get around the backside here. There we go. Gonna get some of the gunk off the underside a little bit. Can we? There we go. Mini Tonka. I believe that loosely translates to little truck. At least in my head it does. I don't think that's actually a thing, but in my head it translates to little truck. We're just scrubbing the undercarriage. Nothing to see here, folks. Just a big old dirty truck. We're just gonna wash this thing nice and good until it's clean. $2025 was a weird year, y'all. I don't know how your 2025 went, but this one was a weird one for me. Like honestly, it wasn't even all bad. Like there was some good stuff that happened too. It's just kind of a weird one. I mean, there's certainly some stuff going on like in the news and whatnot that wasn't helping when it came to this year being kind of a weird year, but it wasn't even like all of that. It just, you know, a lot of weird stuff going on this year. Wasn't great, but wasn't bad. I mean, yeah, I think that's apt. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. I you know, it's about how I feel, and just, you know, it was just kind of weird. Not bad, not great, just meh. I am curious though, like what are some of the good things that happened for y'all this year? I can tell you some of the good stuff that happened for me. I made some new contacts, and I established a new LLC, and I got to sell some records at some tabling shows. All of that happened in 2025, which I'm pretty excited about. Like, it's a good, you know. It was good in that regard. Like, you know, being able to like put an LLC together and start a little business, and like, I'm not making a lot, honestly. Actually, if I'm being perfectly frank, I'm not making anything. My little LLC is not gonna be profitable, maybe ever. But you know, it cost me all of what, $50 to get it started. So, I'm not sweating it. Let's see. My relationship with Kiraga remains strong. We've got some plans and some ideas that we're working on for 2026. I think should be good. Oh God. Well, Snowhole, you got, if I recall correctly, you got not one but two new jobs this year, right? You got a little bit of a workforce adventure this year, if you will. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, did anything else good happen for you this year? Aside from, you know, relatively steady employment? Not to diminish that, by the way. Having steady employment in today's economy is an achievement unto itself. So, you know, it's worth applauding. But I'm just wondering if there was anything else that I'm missing or anything else that happened this year for you. And if you don't feel like sharing, you don't feel like sharing. That's all right. You know, we're just making chit chat, having a hang, if you will. Saw my friend complete his run at SGDQ this year. My hometown. Nice. That's pretty sick. Hey, there we go. Power Wash Sim 2 came out this year. I absolutely love this game. I loved the first one. I knew I was going to love this one, and so far this game has not disappointed me in the slightest. I saw they announced the first DLC, by the way. We are getting Adventure Time DLC for Power Wash Sim 2. If you didn't see the announcement, I think they said, I can't remember if they said January or February, but it's pretty soon. Like sometime soonish, we're supposed to get the Adventure Time DLC for Power Wash Sim, which should be cool. Ah, fuck. Come on, man. Let me out. You know what's funny? I don't know anything about Adventure Time. I've never watched it. I know there's Jake and there's Finn. And that's all I got. I don't know. I actually don't even know which one. Like, I think I know which one is which. Like, gun to my head, I think I could make an educated guess of which one is which. But that's all it would be, is just a guess, because I literally never watched the show. But they did a nice big collab with Fortnite, so that was cool. It also means that anybody who's an Adventure Time fan, you know, can probably look forward to other video game collabs in the future, since they're clearly open to it. Speaking of Fortnite collabs, we got a Simpsons mini season, which was very dope. I don't know if y'all play Fortnite or if you knew about the Simpsons mini season, but running around what basically was Fortnite's version of Springfield was pretty crazy. We got that for a few weeks. Got a whole bunch of Simpsons stuff to unlock. Both standard Fortnite and Lego Fortnite. Let's see, man. What else? I started therapy this year. That was pretty cool. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about there. I'm just, you know, as they say, doing the work. But it's been really helpful, and you know, but it was something that was pretty long overdue, I think. Trying to think what other positive stuff happened this year. Got to visit Seattle and Portland for PRG. Yeah, I'm really bummed that I missed you while you're in town, man. I'm sorry about that. PRG, I was just trying to, you know, keep a respectful distance. Like, me and the PRG folks are cool, but I don't know. It's something I'm working on for 26 is maybe going back to PRG as a vendor or as a panelist or something. I don't know, man. I've been talking to a few different people about a few different things. Nothing's really materialized yet, so it's like it's not something I can really talk about just because there's nothing to talk about. Like, we're still making decisions and trying to figure out what that's going to look like and how that's going to go. So, you know, just keep on working on things that I'm working on and hoping something pans out. I've also got one other little iron in the fire that I'm pretty excited about, but that one I definitely can't talk about. Until it happens. If it happens, believe me, I will talk about it. Stiggy Bong Juice, what's up, homie? Welcome to the stream. I don't think I recognize your screen name, but I love to have you here. Hope you're having a good New Year's Eve so far. Yeah, I just found you randomly and wanted to find a streamer to watch while I do some power washing. Well, shit. I think you've come to the right place, Stinky Bong Juice. Hope you like lo-fi tunes, because that's a big part of what I do around here. I'm a nerdy DJ out of Portland, and I work with a lo-fi VGM label out of Seattle. And so the lo-fi music you're hearing is from my friends at Kuraga Records, who are based out of Seattle, Washington. And they only make video game lo-fi remixes, and they're all very good. It's a buddy of mine that does most of the production work for Kuraga. And so even when they collaborate with other artists, he's like the label director. So he ends up being involved one way or another with just about every release under Kuraga's label. So the end result of that is a high level of quality control, which I'm super stoked about. So if you're not familiar with Kuraga yet, just check out some of this stuff they've got that I'm playing for you right here on the stream. I hope you enjoy it. Just finished the volcano rock climb. I thought that was daunting. Then I got the roller disco level. Yeah, we just did the roller disco level a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, that was such a sick level for me because my first gig, actually, when I started DJing a long time ago. My first paid gig was in the summer of 2000. I went to work at an ice rink, and yeah, it was an interesting way to spend my summer. I think I spent more time mopping floors than actually in the DJ booth. Which is kind of whatever, man. I was 16. I was just happy to have a job. But you know, that was a long time ago. I've done a lot of other stuff as a DJ since then, so we've come a long way from the minimum wage ice rink job. But sometimes I get to do stuff like play that roller disco level in Power Wash Sim 2, and it just takes me right back there. Can I ask why you aren't using the free aim mode? I don't wanna. It's not, you know, it's a choice, I guess. I think it comes from, I've been thinking about this because I got another friend of mine that watches the stream sometimes, and he asked me the same question about the free aim mode. And I think for me, it comes from just being an old head gamer. You know, a long time ago, first person shooter movement was very stuck. You know, stuff like free aim mode wasn't really a thing with first person games back in the day. And I just kind of got in the habit of using movement to look around instead of like a free look. I just speed through the levels. If I don't use it, I get dizzy because I just be going back and forth so damn fast. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I get it. It's definitely not for everybody, and you know, honestly, like, it's one of those things where I think it's just a personal preference. Like, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way to do it. I'm definitely not gonna come down on anybody that like uses the free aim. But I'm also not really trying to speed my way through it either. Like, this channel, this stream that I do, it's just about vibing. I play lo-fi, I play chill games, and we just kind of kick it. You know, like, there's so many DJs on Twitch that'll like set up the turntables and play full sets and stuff. Like, I literally do this because I don't want to DJ. Because I DJ for work, you know? Like, that's my job. Is it just me, or is the soap still useless? I mean, the soap was super helpful early on. But once you unlock the like pro level power washer, then yeah, the soap is a lot less useful. But when I still had the first, you know, the first level power washers and stuff, like, the soap was practically mandatory for some of the early stuff. Like, getting through that bathroom level, I don't think I could do the bathroom level without soap. Now, that was like what, level 2? Yeah, the moving truck and then the bathroom. Uh, 100% the first power wash sim and never used it, and it still seemed like it sucks. I just use the yellow attachment the whole time and get closer if I need to. Wait, did they spell tire as tire? Yeah. So that's a British thing. Tires, in the UK, in certain parts of the UK, they spell it TYRE instead of TIRE. It's kind of like, you know, spelling the word color with a U. You know, there's some little spelling differences. But this game is British, so you know, there's gonna be a few little sort of culturally quirky things. Just due to the fact that it's not an American game. They did the same thing in the first Power Wash sim too. Don't make me come over there with a dictionary. I mean, you'll get laughed out of the room, man. They're pretty adamant about the fact that they invented the language, so we're not gonna really correct them on their spelling. It's called the English language, not the American language, you know? There's also like kind of a funny history to that. Because I know, like, a couple of you guys know that I used to be a writer in college and whatnot. And I used to get into interesting conversations. Funny enough, with Pedicabo, we used to sit around and kind of BS about the fact that, like, what Americans know as English is actually kind of a modified version of the King's English. Because you know, King George is who was in charge when we defected. And that's sort of where the base root of our version of English comes from, is when we defected from the English back in the 1700s. And it's just sort of like grown and changed and been modified since then, just naturally over time. But it's interesting to see how our version of English has grown and changed differently than what's called the Queen's English, which is largely spoken over in the UK. It's there, so that's where you get like some slightly different spellings and some different colloquialisms and things like that. But I really enjoy a lot of British TV. You know, I was a big Doctor Who fan for a while. I've kind of fallen off in recent years. I actually want to go back and kind of play catch up. But, you know, big Top Gear fan. And recently, my wife and I really gotten into Taskmaster. Like, really gotten into Taskmaster. We are huge Taskmaster fans. So, like, you know, there's enough British TV in our house that we kind of get used to a lot of the sort of the little colloquialisms and stuff. For example, in Taskmaster, when they're talking about the points, right? They talk about how, like, if you have 12 points, they'll describe you as being on 12. On 12, it's so-and-so, as in so-and-so has 12 points, which is kind of an interesting turn of phrase, I think. You don't really hear that described that way in the US. And it's just one of those little sort of those little differences that kind of like tell you like, oh, hey, what you're watching is not an American TV show. And I think that's cool. I think it's cool to kind of realize that like we can speak such a similar language, but it's not the same, you know? Rod Gilbert terrorizing Greg was awesome. I really enjoyed watching Jason Mantzoukas, not because he's like the only American they've had on, but because they gave him so much shit for being American, and in return, Jason Mantzoukas did exactly what he's known for, which is being an absolute chaos gremlin. Like, that's part of why he has a successful comedy acting career here in the States, is because he's such a chaos gremlin and his improv chops are just ridiculous, right? Like, he's a very silly dude with crazy good improv instincts and stuff. And so sending him to Taskmaster, I don't know whose idea that was or like how that happened, but man, what a stroke of genius to have the first American be Jason Mantzoukas of all people. Like, you might as well have got Jim Carrey. And just watch him utterly destroy that set piece by piece. Okay, let's see. What am I missing? Nothing down here. I got some tires stuff to work on, but that's fine. I might actually save the tires till last. Just because. See if we can get this backside a little bit cleaner. There we go. You can put the book into the boot of your lorry. True, especially when they have a daily game show about words and numbers. Americans, I went to the hospital. British people, I went to hospital. Yeah, that's pretty much it. don't think Stinky Bong Juice stuck around, but I hope they have a good New Year's. It's weird to me that there seems to be kind of this divide among gamers between people who use Freelook and Power Wash Sim and people who don't. It's almost like a Mac versus PC debate. I mean, I personally don't care one way or the other. Like, I just, you know, I just don't use it because I don't feel like it. But like, I don't care if someone else uses it. I use both. Me shrugs and uses Linux. Man, if I had $1 for every time I sat around this office this year just debating the merits of switching to Linux, I almost did a couple of times. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be realistic for me because of how much I rely on tools that are strictly Windows. It's a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. That was one thing that happened this year, actually, was Windows. Microsoft damn near lost me entirely as a customer. Like, I almost canceled my Xbox sub and almost just gave up on Windows completely. Looks good. Oh, that looks hella clean. That was a nice run. Clean up a little more. Okay. Let's get this up here. The weirdest thing I've encountered in my entire career. Something. I missed it. That's all right. I've been really bad about not reading the text messages and stuff. It's like, that's where all the lore is. I have no idea what's going on with the lore in this game. That's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to. When and if I can actually finish the game, then I want to go back and find a YouTube video that talks about the lore in Power Wash Sim 2. I know I keep talking about it, but like, I really want to watch that video, but I don't want to watch it until I finish the game. So that's something I'm really looking forward to once the game's actually, like, I get to the end of it, you know? Some of the last couple levels on the first Power Wash Sim were really big, though. You'll find out soon. Okay. See, like this, this doesn't, yeah, I feel like I don't have as much control with Freelook. we go. There's that. And then there's that stuff. So we've got a couple of options for tonight. Since this is a New Year's Eve stream, we could do like an East Coast ball drop at 9 o'clock. Say Happy New Year, you know, and ring in a 2026 and then call it a night. Or we can go till midnight Pacific time if that's what y'all want to do. I don't know. I'm a little on the fence to be perfectly honest. I'm not sure how I want to go about it. I'm kind of leaning towards the East Coast thing, just because like I didn't really put a lot of planning into this, and I feel like maybe doing this until midnight Pacific might not be the move, you know. I don't know. I live in a place where people light off fireworks at midnight, and I feel like maybe it would be smart for me to, you know, be watching stuff with my family and you know, taking care of my dogs when the fireworks start up. Which I should have thought about that before I, you know, started doing this tonight, but I don't need to think about my actions first. That's for responsible people. I'm not responsible. I'm a musician. If anyone watches fireworks here, I'll have them committed because it's so cold here right now. I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, even though I think it's supposed to be down in the 30s tonight, I live in a place where there's too many people with necks that are way too way too red in terms of shade and general color. For there not to be fireworks. So I've come to sort of accept that there are a couple nights out of the year where fireworks are just a way of life out here for some folks. Personally, I'm not a big fan anyway. I think that has more to do with my anxiety than anything. You know, I try to leave the fireworks to the professionals. I like a fireworks show. Like, I'll go to a fireworks show. Sure. But, you know, it's when people buy the fireworks stand stuff and then, you know, build their own DIY M80s and start screwing around with some of those mild explosives that you can legally purchase for just such an occasion. That makes me nervous. It's less being afraid of the fireworks and more being afraid of the kind of people who would want to buy and operate consumer fireworks. Does that make sense? Currently 9 here, but feels like -4. Jesus, dude. That is wild. All right, let's see. I got that. Let's see if I can get this ladder section cleaned up a bit. Let's go gadget ladder section. Ooh, the bed of that truck will be fun. Let's get that. There we go. Ladder's complete. And then we have, whoop. You know what? Let's just grab this thing. Man, the scissor lift is such a nice add-on this year for the new Power Wash Sim. I think the scissor lift is my favorite new tool. I think I like the scissor lift better than I like the rotary scrubber. Because like the rotary scrubber is nice, but it's not required. Like I got through that whole other Power Wash game without a rotary scrubber, so I don't really need it this time around. But being able to use a scissor lift instead of having to use ladders for everything has been really great. So I'm a fan of that much. You know, like that part of it. There we go. Got that part. Let's get this upper ledge here. Like that's good. That corner. Let's get this like underside of the upper bed here. And we've got our cabin. Okay. Door. Yeah, cab door. Okay. Definitely need to get this flooring done. Ooh. That's tight fit, but I think I got it. Hell yeah. Watch me work. Let's go. Get the other side of the cab here. Let's see. Okay, cab's good. Let's get this side. And then, what, up along here? Yep. Yeah, I can hear the fireworks starting already. It's not even 8 o'clock here. And some of the local rednecks are already starting to light stuff off. Just no escaping it. The nice thing about New Year's Eve, though, is that generally speaking, it tends to be done by like, 12:15, 12:30. So it's not like they're just gonna, blow fireworks all night long. Should be able to, once midnight kind of rolls around, people light their stuff up and then call it a night, which is not a bad thing. Certainly could be worse. I remember the first 4th of July I spent up here when we moved up here a few years ago. Like, I was just floored that they just kept lighting stuff until all hours of the night, And then I think they changed like the ordinance, like the sound ordinance for fireworks and stuff. And after they made that change, like, it definitely helped, because then they couldn't just, be lighting stuff off till 3 a.m. anymore. But that's all, local bureaucratic stuff. That's, not anything too serious. And there's just a lot of folks on Twitch tonight. I'm a little surprised, honestly. I thought more people would be doing NYE stuff, but I guess a lot of Twitch streamers are doing New Year's Eve streams of some kind. I was honestly on the fence. Like, I really thought about just taking the night off and just wishing you all a happy new year. But no, I changed my mind. I decided I wanted to do this. All right, let's get up here, and we are going to switch to this guy. Let's go. Who's been watching good TV shows lately? We just finished Pluribus, which, by the way, if you like science fiction at all, you should watch Pluribus. Like, that is a weird show, man. But like, there's a lot of really funny stuff too. They do a really good job of striking a balance between drama and comedy with Pluribus, which I always appreciate when a show can do that. You really feel for the characters, but then, like, in the next breath, they'll say something so just utterly stupid you can't help but laugh out loud. That's Pluribus in a nutshell, basically. And then actually, my wife and I recently started watching the new Robin Hood series. So I don't know if y'all know this, but MGM has MGM Plus, their own streaming service now. They've been trying to get it off the ground this year. And along with a lot of like well-known MGM properties, they also have new original content, including a new Robin Hood series that they've been producing. And it's a little bit of a different take on Robin Hood, which is cool. There's a lot of similarities and a lot of, known characters. Little John is there, Friar Tuck is there, Will Scarlet's there. Obviously, Rob and Marion are there. But then, like, aside from that, right, you have a very interesting and sort of different take on the political machinations of the sheriff of Nottingham and the different sort of representatives of the crown, which is kind of cool. It's cool to see like a different take on that whole thing. You've got the queen, and she's got kind of her own agendas and stuff going on. Marion gets hired on as one of the handmaids to the queen, which I know has been a thing in other iterations of Robin Hood, but like, this is the first time we really get to like see it in action. We get to see Marion's relationship with the queen and how the queen, you know, sort of views things from her perspective, and how she sort of like takes Marion under her wing a little bit and sort of teaches Marion how like being a woman doesn't mean that you aren't without power or agency. You just have to use it differently. Which is, you know, very true of the, what was it, 13th century? Late 12th century, early 13th century England. So it's interesting to see how they've expanded on the characters and sort of expanded on the stories and stuff. The other thing that's sort of interesting about the new Robin Hood series, because it's made for streaming and because they are not bound by the same standards regulations as broadcast television, you get kind of this weird like Game of Thronesy thing where like they'll cut to a new scene and the scene is like two people having sex, just completely devoid of context. Like two people will be talking, they'll finish the scene, and then they'll cut to a completely new scene of two completely different people that are screwing each other, and then like when they get done, they start having pillow talk, and that's when we get some of the plot advancement, is with the pillow talk, which is very much like a Game of Thronesy kind of thing, right? All right, let's switch away from the rotary. The rotary is not good for vertical walls anyway, so we'll just go like this instead. Just met up with an old volcanologist buddy, Calvin, passing through here. He says he knows you. He says the seismic readings in the area are off the charts, even beyond the levels recorded when Rushless blew. But nothing's happening. Where's all that energy going? That's a good question. Where is all that energy going? And what do you think is the likelihood they're going to need a power washing service to go find out where the energy is going? There's something dangerous happening that could threaten our very way of life. We think it's a geothermal event. Who can we send to go and check it out? I know. Let's call the janitor. He can go check out the geothermal event and report back to us if there's anything weird going on. There's so many ways that this game is like silly intentionally that it's extra special when this game is silly unintentionally. But it happens. It happens pretty often. I think it's one of those things where like even unintentionally a bit of silliness fits the theme and the tone of the game. So like it might be one of those things that like they caught it and then just decided to let it go because it's not really having any kind of negative impact on the theme of the story, right? Plus, who knows? You know, maybe they'll just take it and use it as an excuse to open up some other level options. I won't know until we get done with this level. I assume there's more. Like, I don't think this is the last level, but it should be interesting to see where this whole story thing plays out, because we know, like, so for example, we know that the aliens that we helped in the first game, they left a phone locked underneath a church for what, 700 years or something, which is such a stupid, like, goofy plot point. But you know, like I said, this is kind of a silly, goofy game, so it fits right in. don't think that reaches all the way up there on that side. So I'm gonna have to, at some point, I'm gonna have to climb up here and get to work. Oh, well, actually, this isn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Truck bed side trim. Okay. All right, so here's a question for whoever's hanging out, still listening to me. Yep. I got some ideas that are percolating for a YouTube channel in 2026. That's one of my goals for next year, is to be able to crank out some regular YouTube content. And I'm wondering what kind of stuff you'd like to see me discuss on the YouTube channel. I can think of a few things, right? Like we could talk about lo-fi. We could talk about video games. I think there's a lot of opportunity there, you know. The question is, what other kinds of stuff would you want to see me cover, right? Like, I feel like talking about audio and speakers and stuff is a little bit of a no-brainer, considering my expertise in that particular area. So I probably will do a fair bit of that. I definitely want to do some vlogging. That's something that I need to get a little more used to, is figuring out like a good schedule for vlogging or cranking out like regular content. I'm looking at speakers right now. What speakers are you looking at, Snowhole? Are you like shopping for new speakers? Or are you looking for, like when you say you're looking at speakers, do you mean that literally, like you have some in front of you? Or do you mean that figuratively in the sense of like you're currently shopping for speakers? Both. Fair. That's fair enough. What kind of speakers are you shopping for, if you don't mind my asking? Do you have something specific in mind, or are you just kind of browsing at the moment? Ugh, man. Yeah, maybe we do a East Coast sign off. Casually browsing. Fair enough. I'll be the last person to ever judge somebody for something like that. I do that constantly. Amazon, Best Buy, shit. PC part picker, Crutchfield. I'm always checking prices on stuff. Like stuff that I will probably never buy, right? Stuff that I definitely can't afford and probably won't ever buy in my lifetime, because by the time I can afford it, you know, the technology will likely have moved on. There we go. There we go. Hey. Petacabo's here. And he's been subscribed for 69 months. Nice. To announce my nicest anniversary. It is so lovely to have you here, my friend. We were actually talking about you just a few minutes ago. I was really hoping you'd stop by with a new word of the week for us. If you don't have one, that's okay too. I still wish you a happy New Year's Eve. I think what the plan is at the moment is to count down the East Coast ball drop. So like at 9 o'clock, we'll do a little bit of a New Year's celebration, just to say good riddance to 2025. Because honestly, like this year wasn't all bad, but I'm ready for it to be over. You got one? Oh, do tell. In fact, please do tell our new word of the week. It's not salacious this time. That's okay. The word is napron. Is that like apron with an N? Napron? Or is it naprin? Like napkin? Can you guess what it means? Oh, absolutely not. No, I have no idea what it means. Yeah, I have no idea what a word like that would mean. So I may need you to enlighten us. Like apron with an N. Okay, so napron. What does napron mean? Snowhole already looked it up. Well, all right, Snowhole, pretend like you didn't look it up already. But this is very much like apron with an N because that's what it is. It's literally just an apron. Nape is like neck, right? So is apron around the waist and then napron is around the waist and then up around the neck? It's the original form of the word apron. Oh, interesting. So it's not even that there's a difference between apron and napron. It's just napron is where the word apron comes from. They just drop the N at some point. Like a hip hop song in the 90s, they just dropped the N at some point. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I need is a sample of that that clip from SpongeBob where they're like in a tavern and the guy in the back goes, "Oh, brother, this guy stinks." What happened is that people said a napron, but somewhere along the line that got confused into an apron and it stuck. Whoa. That's really weird and kind of cool. But mostly that's really just weird. Like, how does that... That's so like... Yeah, that's weird, man. Like, I'm trying, like, logistically, I'm trying to think about that. Like, how would that happen? How does a word like that end up just sort of colloquially being adopted into a completely different form of itself, you know? But I mean, I guess it happens. It can happen. Similar thing happened with P. The original form of that was peas, but it sounded like a plural, so it became plural, and the word P was invented. Huh. Wow. 2 for 1 today. Why do people pronounce ask as axe? Let me ask you a question. Language do be like that. You're spitting straight facts, dog. Yeah, it was originally appease. Interesting. So then, like, where does the word appease come from? As in like, you know, I cut my neighbor's lawn in order to appease him. Or, you know. I let my wife pick where we go for dinner, so in order to appease her. No, in seriousness, the word appease, like, we have APs, which was like, you know, the vegetable. Wait, hold up. What am I? There's some stuff I missed. How do I? Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. There we go. There's that part. What am I missing here? Oh, there's a whole section there I missed. And it's this, which I should be able to hit from back here, I think, or no? No? Okay. Interestingly, I'm not sure. There's that section. There's that. Ah, there we go. There's that. And then this tailpipe up here. I feel like maybe I need to get it from on top. Come on, let me up. Thank you. Yep. There we go. There's those. Okay, and that. Okay, we mirror mount. Missing side panel on the bed. Let's take this and go over here with it. Up a little farther. And then, yeah, there we go. Tire. This like little, yeah, that little like under piece. There we go. Truck body immersion heater. That's probably that. Appease is Latin it. Peas has Old English root. Fuck, typing this shit on mobile's a challenge. Well, I appreciate the effort, good sir. Especially typing something that, you know, intricate on mobile. Certainly is appreciated. What am I? Oh, there we go. That stuff. Hey. Check it out, y'all. Our big old Tonka truck is finished. God, that is a big ass truck, man. How do you even get something like that down the road? You gotta, I mean, you gotta haul it, right? There's no way that thing's street legal. I'm not sure why it's got mirrors on it even, but. Oh, Funhouse. Here we go. Oh. You're outside in the cold. What are you doing out in the cold, man? Big wide load sign and a runner. Very, very likely. You're probably right about that. Outside in the cold, dude. Like, are you smoking that wacky tobacco? That devil's lettuce? Celebrating New Year non-alcoholically? Fair enough. Ooh, ding. Okay. That star looks like the same star as the one from the gas station. I wonder if it's like the same, supposed to be like the same company or something. Like the same logo. There we go. I was like, why is it not finishing the window? I missed a spot. Okay, door jam, wall. I think we're good there. Okay, now we can go up here and do this upper part. I want to get this ticket booth cleaned off and then we can move on. Okay, let's see. Ding, ding, ding. I mean, more stages are there in this game? I have absolutely no idea. It would appear as though I am, well, according to this orange marker, it looks like I'm just about 75% through the game. So I would say probably another, you know, 5 to 8 levels. I'm not sure how the math actually works out on that, but yeah, I would say probably 5 to 8 levels left to go. Depending on how the ratio is measured, or how the weight is measured on the percentage scale. But that orange indicator on the level select tells me that I'm roughly 75% of the way through the game. So we still have a little ways to go. We're definitely not going to finish it tonight. But that's fine because there's a couple games coming out in 26 that I'm really excited about. Definitely some stuff that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, there we go. This is the best. I can just stand here and let the spinning room do the work for me. I'm trying to remember the last time I was in a spinning room like this. It's been a while. Like, I used to go to carnivals and stuff a lot more as a kid than I do these days. But these like spinning rooms like this always really trip me out. More than the first game then? Yeah, I think so. You know what's funny? I don't know how many levels are in the first game. By the time I picked it up, there's already several DLCs. And I started playing it kind of in the middle of like a big push for DLC. So they're putting out new DLC every couple of months. So I really kind of just lost track of like how much there actually was as far as like levels and stuff in the first one. But yeah, I suppose I could look into it, try to find out more about like, you know, the size and scope of this game versus the first one. I do believe this game is bigger. I do believe there's more levels and more like if you measure it out in terms of like just overall surface area, I think the core game of this is bigger than the core game of the first one. But all I can really do right now is speculate because I am currently busy trying to wash a funhouse. I'm a little nervous about going inside and seeing what's in there. Like, it doesn't look scary per se, but it definitely looks like it could be trippy. I kind of wish Stinky Bong Water had stuck around for this. I don't know why, but something tells me that power washing a funhouse would have been right up their alley. Just call it a hunch. Is that an upgraded washer? Yes, it is. It is the most upgraded washer. I have the Prime Vista Pro. I sold the other two, and I have the 1500 still because and then I had the 24 and the 3000, but now I'm on the Prime Vista Pro. So don't even need soap with this guy. It's got enough horsepower to clean just about anything. As long as you're close enough. Man, it's 8:35 already, which means there's only 8:36, which means there's 24 minutes left in 2025. According to the East Coast schedule. As I had mentioned before, we're gonna do a little countdown at 9 p.m. Pacific time, which is midnight on the East Coast. So we'll do like an East Coast midnight. And I don't have anything crazy planned for y'all. Like, you know, we're still keeping it chill. I'm not gonna play Old Lang Syne or anything like that. Like, we're just, you know, it's New Year. I'm just gonna say Happy New Year, and then get back to power washing because this shit ain't gonna power wash itself. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? I think y'all know what I'm saying. Power Wash Simulator 2 offers polished, brighter visuals, significant quality of life upgrades like universal soap and dirt finding icons, new tools for bigger jobs, expanded co-op, and more varied levels with hidden areas while keeping the core relaxing gameplay loop of the original intact. It's essentially a bigger, smoother, more convenient version of Power Wash Simulator 1. I would agree with all of that. I'm not sure where you pulled that from, Tiki Bar, but I would say that you are correct. Also, welcome, Tiki Bar. Good to see you. I didn't know Chat GPT had strong cozy game preferences. I mean, you know, if Chat GPT is trying to be more and more like us, that means eventually they're going to have to navigate things like anxiety. Google gave me an AI answer. Oh, so it wasn't Chat GPT. It was Google's Gemini. Fucking AI, dude. That whole thing just needs to be done. I know it won't be because there's too many people with too much money invested. But the whole like AI gold rush thing, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. I honestly, tech using tech for, you know, the whole like gold rush thing, like you'd think we would have learned by now. But then, you know, give it a couple of years and somebody's gonna come up with some new bullshit to try and convince rich people to throw their money at it for, you know, otherworldly returns on investment. And it's all just, you know, tech circle jerking. That's really what AI is, more than anything. It's just a big tech circle jerk. But whatever, it's here. The Neurosama and Skynet. You really trust Skynet? I would say Skynet above basically all others is proven not to be trustworthy. Like I would think Skynet's the last one you should trust. You know, considering the amount of documentaries they've had. With Arnold Schwarzenegger and the lady in the tank top. The AI used didn't mention anything about soap for this game. You can trust Hal. Okay, and Hal. I can't let you do that, Dave. Ding. Okay, let's see. Yep, there's still some of this top bar. There we go. Okay. Top bar is finished. Let's get this next rotating room out of the way. Yeah, we got so many little nooks and crannies on this thing to try and scrub out. Every individual bulb on this light up arrow. Sure, because why not? Amazing. There we go. Okay. Go a little wider here so we can get this wall. Ding and ding. Okay, then we're going to move over to this wall. Have you ever played American or Euro Trucking Simulator? I haven't, but I've seen other people play it. That's an interesting game. And I would say, just to be perfectly frank, not what I would describe as a cozy game. That shit gets real stressful. Especially when you have to like parallel park a double trailer and whatnot. I don't know if that's actually how that works, but yeah, no, I wouldn't describe that game as cozy. That game gets stressful as hell. I mean, in all seriousness, I could see how that game could be cozy if you know what you're doing. You know, you're just long haul trucking. So it sort of just depends on how much you commit to it, right? It's a little bit like, what is that one game they do for the charity? Is it Desert Bus Simulator? You just lose a little money if you crash and break stuff. On to the next job, just like real life. True. True. Ain't nobody out here holding truckers accountable for nothing. Desert Bus. Yeah, that's it. Desert Bus. I want to play Desert Bus. I think it would be fun to have a little like food truck simulator game called Desert Bus. And it has nothing to do with Desert Bus. Like you don't drive anywhere. You just like every level is you pulling up outside it's like an ice cream truck simulator, except it's like a converted bus. IRL Desert Bus, please and thank you. Yeah, I could see it being but like an ice cream truck even is kind of limiting, right? Because like the presumption is that an ice cream truck is largely going to focus on like frozen treats, right? Because that's what an ice cream truck is. So like I'm thinking Desert Bus. Not only is that a fun play on words for the folks that are familiar with the game Desert Bus, but I think Desert Bus would also be kind of an interesting way to like introduce like a food truck concept, right? Like you have a bunch of different desserts, not just frozen stuff, but you also have a little oven. You can bake cookies, and you have, like little cakes and you could do like, man, I don't know. There's a lot of kinds of desserts out there. Maybe an expansion to Cooking Simulator. Is Cooking Simulator a thing? I don't think I've ever heard of that. But if that's a game that exists, then yeah, maybe. I've got 8:46. We are 14 minutes away, y'all. 14 minutes away from midnight on the American East Coast. Why is everybody throwing Steam links at me? So there's a food truck simulator. That's interesting. Okay. So next question. Is Food Truck Simulator any good? I feel like that's a fair question. Because if it sucks, then I don't want to play it. Three stars, mixed reviews. Okay. I do struggle sometimes a little bit with the review system on Steam. Just because people are wrong a lot. Like I've seen some pretty questionable. I've had a lot of fun with some games that have had some questionable reviews. So like I only trust reviews so far, but could be the kind of thing that we could look into, YouTube link is the Times Square countdown. Sure, we could do that. Oh, no. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on tight. I'm gonna grab my window capture and we're going to capture this one. And we'll just like we'll do like this. Let's go, we'll go like that, and then we'll just move this over a little bit. Times Square countdown is one big Planet Fitness ad. Yeah, that's what reviews should be. 3 out of 5 stars should mean not for everybody. Some people like it. Yeah, who decided on purple and yellow as the 2026 theme? I wasn't consulted, I can assure you. Let's see. Okay, there we go. We'll get back to doing the scrubbing for a few more minutes. We're at 8:51, which means we have about 9 minutes left. So once we kind of get a little closer to the thing, I'll switch over to the YouTube stream. I gotta get around somehow. Okay. I want to scrub this yellow section first. Okay, that was easy. Let's do the sign here. Kind of telling everybody which way to go. Little sign flip things. Oh, that's interesting. Those are like floating in midair. What a weird little glitch. I'm sure somebody's pointed it out by now to the dev team. Those little the little chain clamp things for the sign are like floating. It's my lucky charm. Be sure to That's weird. Look at that. Okay, whatever. Put the chains. Let's see. What am I missing? Is it the underside? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna knock out this wall before I go back around to the other side again. We got what, 853? They're showing off a new Kia. Shout out to Kia Motors for no reason. I guess. I don't know, man. Okay. Let's see. I'll come back for that ceiling section, but we can at least like try to knock out some of this ironwork. Selling a Kia, couldn't bring themselves to aim a little higher for 2026. I want to buy a purple Kia for some reason. Okay, there's that section. And then the front side of the ironwork, we should be able to knock this out very quickly. Come on, man. Like, how much more of this do we need to do? There we go. Got it. All right, and then let's get this pole here. There we are. There we go. I think we'll leave the ramp for now. And we'll just work on this side panel here. I haven't driven a Kia in like a decade. I'm sure they're different now. Future cars are insane. Some blonde lady I don't recognize warbling one out. Sure. Why not? Is that, oh, what the hell is her name? I know who that is. I just can't think of her name right now. Shit, it really is a Planet Fitness ad. Well, yeah. She's singing Imagine by John Lennon. Probably for the best I don't have the audio on then, because that's a pretty quick way to get myself copyrighted on YouTube and on Twitch. Ugh. I think you mean Imagine by Warbling Blonde Lady. Oh, man. Warbling Blonde Lady is my 90s Lilith Fair cover act. WBL for president in 2028. Now, Pedicabo, we have a no politics rule on this channel. Me for CEO of Earth 2028. This is why we have a no politics rule on this channel. Snowhole, you are not allowed to be the CEO of Earth. It's against the rules. A lot of people will be very upset. Oh, it's 8:59. All right. So let me pause this real quick. We'll flip it over here. And we have 34 seconds on the countdown. So let's do this. All right. We're gonna go ahead and go big screen with it. I know, I cut it off. Whoop. There it is. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm sorry, does that say 2024? Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did that say 2024? No, 2026. No. 2026. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. My brain broke. Well, speaking of copyright. Yeah, okay. We can't have that on the stream. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, all right. Anyway. Happy New Year. As much as I love the song New York, New York, can't put it on the stream. There will be no loving during NYE. As promised, folks here are already lighting off fireworks. Mind you, it is 9 p.m. and people are still lighting off fireworks anyway, because the rednecks around here just, you know, they don't need an excuse. They'll just take any chance they need to blow stuff up. I'm just watching people beat each other up. Sure. Happy New Year, everybody. And listen, in all sincerity, I hope that you have a fantastic 2026. I hope that things go well for you. You know what? Fuck it. I hope 2026 goes better than 2025 did. 2025, some good things happened, some bad things happened. You know, as we talked about earlier on the stream, it was a little bit of a meh year, you know. Definitely some bad things happened. And so I really hope that 2026 is full of promise and opportunity for everybody, because that's, you know, that's really what I want for at least, especially for all of my friends, those of you that are watching this. I want y'all to get those new jobs. I want y'all to be able to catch up on bills and be able to live a little bit more comfortable life. Maybe finally pull the trigger on that new computer, or, you know, pull the trigger on that new 3D printer or whatever it is that you've been hoping to save up for. I have pro wrestling on my other screen. They had WBL sing Imagine, but they are playing the chairman's version in New York, New York. I mean, yeah. Who wouldn't want to hear Frank's version? New York and New Year have the same initials. I just put together. Pedicabo, how long have you been on this earth? And you just now figured that out? I want to be able to pay for RAM this year. Switch your A number one. Tiki Bar, right back at you, buddy. Happy New Year, and thanks so much for being a part of this thing that I'm doing. Thanks to all of you. Seriously, thank you, all of you that are watching this. Thank you for indulging my ridiculous lo-fi streaming idea. Thank you for listening to me yap and coming and hanging out with me twice a week. Streaming schedule will not be changing. I will be continuing on into the new year with the same streaming schedule, the same streaming, just sort of general vibe. There are some new games coming out in 2026 that I'm very much looking forward to. And so, like, you know, I'm stoked for that part, at least. Same Switch time, same Switch channel. Yeah. I want to hear WBL sing Celebrate with Cole and the Gang. I don't. I very much do not want to hear that. Tell you what, folks, let's keep plugging away on this fun house. And then we'll probably call it at the same time as usual, like 9:30 or 10. But for now, let's keep going. A little bit of lo-fi Persona 4, by the way. I'm very excited for what Kiraga has in store for 2026. One of the things they're planning for sure is a full vinyl release of all 5 Persona lo-fi EPs. They're gonna do a full vinyl release, and that means one of my absolute favorite songs that Kiraga has in their catalog, Beneath the Mask from Persona 5, is finally going to be available on physicals. They're dropping the ball for July 4. Oh, you still watching the New York thing? Let's get this other yellow thing out of the way. Should be easy enough. Ooh. Oh, I got a whole wall to do. Okay, well, might as well get started on it. So one of the other things I got planned for 2026, by the way. Oh, that's right. This is the 250th anniversary of the US. Kind of forgot about that. But yeah, 250 years. What was I saying? Oh, right. So one of the other things I've got in store for 2026, I just found out that our panel was approved for Fan Expo, with my Star Trek friends. So we're going to be doing, what's next in Star Trek. And it'll be a panel on Friday, I want to say 16th or 17th, whatever that Friday is, that weekend of Fan Expo in Portland. We're going to be down there at the convention center doing the panel with the local Star Trek community. And it just so happens that that panel will be the day after the release of the brand new Star Trek show, Star Trek Academy. Is that what it's called? Star Trek Academies? Sester Centennial? Is that 250? Star Trek damn kids. I've been purposely kind of like staying away from trailers and such, so I don't know a whole lot about the new Star Trek show, other than like I know it's, you know, sort of a new, they're launching a new Federation Academy to sort of help solidify the Federation's new role in the, what was it, 32nd century or something. Like they're way the hell into the future, thanks to Discovery and their big time jump. So this is a direct, sort of a direct sequel from Discovery. There's going to be some similar characters. I believe the Tig Notaro is going to be reprising her role. Tilly is back. Oh, and actually, I did see, apparently, Robert Picardo is going to be back as the holographic Doctor. If y'all remember the hologram Doctor from Star Trek Voyager, he's gonna be the virtual Doctor for the new Academy, which is kind of sick that they are able to like bring him out and dust him off and give him a new recurring role in the Star Trek series. So that'll be fun. It'll also be kind of interesting to see like how the writers have progressed AI technology from what the vision of it was in the 90s, basically. Like the idea of what AI is or could be in the 90s is pretty different from, I think, what we think AI could be now, based on just sort of like the natural progression of our technology. Anything in sci-fi, you know, is going to be some sort of like imagined extension of current tech. So like, you know, whatever they think an AI could be for the future version of Star Trek, I'm sure there's going to be some of it based in the original vision of the hologram doc, but then like you know, if we're 1,000 years in the future, then what does that look like? Which I think is a fair question. But that's for the writers' room to answer, right? Like we're gonna find out when the show comes out. But yeah, so that's one of the things that I've got planned for 2026 is we're back to doing our Star Trek thing, which I'm stoked about. I really enjoy doing those panels, except for the one year where I fell off the stage mid panel. That was needlessly dramatic. I'm fine. I fell like into an air wall, and the air wall kind of broke my fall. So like, I didn't actually get hurt. It just was very loud and embarrassing. I mean, I was definitely like a little tired after the fact, just because it was a lot, like physically having to break my fall and stuff. But I wasn't actually like hurt. Like I'm fine. Although at Rose City, they didn't let me sit on the edge of the stage. They made me sit in the middle, which I found, I couldn't decide if that was funny or a little insulting, but whatever. I get it. I get why they did it. Gave them the full Switch experience. Well, sure. I don't know if I'd even go that far. What? Man, I want to play a piano. I didn't know this was up here. Did I miss any keys? Impromptu slapstick routines are best when happening to other people, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hang on, wait a minute. I gotta turn this up. I'm gonna play some piano. That's a little too loud, but whatever. Okay. Wait, hang on. There. Now you've heard Imagine twice tonight. That's too loud. I should have stuck with 70. the rubber boots add nuance to the composition. Yeah, it's my special rhythm section. Special with a capital S. There we go. Okay. We're just gonna run the rotary over some of this flat space. And then we'll go back over it to get some of the details. There we go. Ding, there's that section. And we go along here to get the yellow. Yep, okay. Yep. Since we're up here, let's go ahead and just clean up some of this, I guess. There's no real rhyme or reason or order to any of this shit. It all just needs to get cleaned, right? So I guess we just keep on cleaning. I gotta hit the sack. Have to be at work tomorrow. Non-motivated, yay. Snowhole, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Listen, happy 2026. Hope it goes really, really well for you. And I know you mentioned the job that you've been interviewing for. Good luck with that too, man. I hope that pans out. I know you and Jay Shorn both are interviewing for new jobs, and I'm kind of crossing my fingers for both of y'all. I hope you both get those new gigs. New year, new job, new start, you know? With a little bit of luck, I'll have something similar going on my end. New year, new start, new opportunities, you know? That's kind of what I'm hoping for my new year, is that some of these opportunities I've been working on will pan out for me this year. Yeah, Snowhole, no worries, man. Have yourself a great night. Good luck with the store tomorrow. I'm sure it's gonna be super busy on New Year's Day. All those people that definitely go out shopping on New Year's Day at the mall. I'm sure it's gonna be just insane, insane foot traffic for you. May your best efforts bear fruit. I like that. That's a nice little cheers. Let's get this yellow door jamb sorted. Slide door. Oh, shit. Wait. Can I not get back? Wait. Can I not? Oh, Jesus. I thought I was like stuck. I thought I was stuck in there. Also, may your pockets never be filled with meat when you're being chased by wild dogs. Sorry, ever. Now, Pedicabo. That was not a typo, sir. I don't believe you. Okay, let's start on this side of the door, just in case we get trapped on the other side again. Oh my gosh, that was stupid. I'd like to know why meat is in my pockets and not on my barbecue grill. Meat might be handy if you're being chased by wild dogs, though. Yeah, I don't know. don't know about all that. Depends on why they're chasing you, I guess. And whether or not they're interested in being distracted by loose meat. This conversation got really weird. If they're wild, they aren't trained to attack. If they're chasing you, they're probably hungry. I mean, yeah, that weirdly makes sense. Okay, let's see. I mean, obviously we still have a lot to go on that cloud wall, but we can get some of these polka dot sections maybe. It's weird trying to like power wash with like the polka dot textures and stuff, because you got to be able to tell like where the dirt is and where it's just graphics. Funny enough, as I wash the dirt away, the graphics get more textured. So it's almost like washing it is making it worse in some spots. But it's not. It's like how it's designed. Thankfully, the glowing button still works to make the dirt glow so you can see it. There we go. Okay. So we got all of that, and then we have this corridor here. We'll probably get this window real quick. I mean, at this point, I might as well knock out the rest of this cloud wall. There's not much left to it. Yeah, so we're gonna be back at Fan Expo, doing the panel thing, and then you know, I've got meetings next week. Like, there's stuff in the works, and that's really all I can say at this point, because you know, it's not that I don't want to tell y'all what I'm working on. It's just I gotta wait till it's like for sure happening, you know. So I don't want to like be like, hey, this is happening, and then have it not happen, because that would be shitty. Uh-oh, I think I saw politics in the corner for a moment. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where's the politics? I don't see any stinking politics. You know what's funny is it's not hard to figure out what my politics are. Well, and especially Pitacaba, you've known me long enough. You have a pretty good sense of where my politics lie. But like the no politics thing isn't really even about like whether or not you agree with me. It's that I want this to be a stress-free place, you know? That's the whole thing. Like, the decisions that I'm making are not because I'm afraid of a political conversation or that I'm not like convicted in my, you know, political ideals. I just don't want people stressing out about that stuff on my lo-fi stream, you know? Like, I don't want people to be asking questions that stress them out or that they may not like the answer to. I don't want people who disagree with each other to start bickering with each other, because that's going to cause undue stress in the chat. That's the kind of thing that, you know, I think we just, you know, we just try to lean away from, because that's not what this is. there's plenty of places all over the entire whole wide world, and the entire whole wide internet where people can talk about politics until they're sick of it. So I just want this to be like a place where people don't. You know, try to remember that we're all floating on the same rock through space. We're all here together. Whether we like each other or not, we're all here together. So, you know, I would think if anything, a little bit of lo-fi and cozy gaming would be like one of the few things where we don't argue with each other and we can just sort of be humans together. It's a World Wide Web. It can trap you. True that. Especially these days. Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 are both just not fun spaces anymore, man. 2.0, of course, being social media, and 3.0, of course, being interactive media, augmented reality, virtual reality. That's all Web 3.0 stuff. Which, to be perfectly frank, one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the new Steam hardware is that Steam's looking to launch a new virtual reality headset. And that new VR headset from Steam, like, they're going for Meta's throat, dude, which I am so here for. That new Steam headset looks super dope. It's a Steam Deck with like that you strap on your face. That's all it is. It is a Steam Deck for your face, and I'm here for it. I already really enjoy my current headset, and the only thing I don't like about my current headset is that it's a Meta Quest. So if I could have all of the same fun and enjoyment of my current headset without it being a Meta product and all of the BS that comes along with that, well, our Lord and Savior, Gaben, is going to be the answer once more. Steam needs to get their broadcasting feature together. I bet tons of people would jump from Twitch. Yeah, same. I have a Rift S. I agree completely. The Rift S. I kind of forgot about that thing. The Rift S. Who made the Rift? Was that Oculus? Was that an old Oculus product? I remember the Rift and the Rift S. But I'm trying to remember who made it. Oculus, right about when Meta bought them. Ah, yes, okay. All right. That makes sense now. And yes, I do remember when Meta bought Oculus. For the longest time, I kept referring to my Quest 2 as an Oculus product, and it's never been an Oculus product. Like, I didn't buy it till after the Meta takeover. But I just would call it that out of habit for a long time until eventually I, got out of the habit of doing that. But not for not for any lack of branding on Meta's part. I mean, their branding is absolutely all over that thing. Which, it's their product. They can. Like, I'm not faulting them for that. I got plenty of other stuff I can fault them for. So branding their own product certainly isn't going to be on that list. Took me a moment to verify, but if you are ever being chased by wild dogs, all you need to do is sing James Brown. The dogs will settle right down. Okay, Tiki Bar Cowboy, you need to stop reading Gemini. Google Gemini does not have all the answers. They will. That is not. Relying on AI for survival tips when dealing with a pack of wild dogs turns out is not the correct way to utilize that technology for the sake of your own safety. There we go. Got that. Got the balloons. Got the thing. All right. What am I missing? I think I'm missing a spot or two. There we go. Sign topper baseboard. All right. Now, I guess we go over here. I guess we're not going up there, so we're just going to stay down here. Sure, this works. I think once we finish this level, we'll probably call it for tonight. It looks like we're getting there. Oh no, we're at 50%. I don't know. Well, let's see how fast this goes. I know we still have. Oh shit. Still have a bunch of stuff to do inside, so you know, we'll see. You know what? That ladder can go right there, and then we'll just go right up here. No need to overcomplicate. Look at that. We're back, baby. Movie reference. You have never seen a Lowdown Dirty Shame. I don't think I have ever seen that movie. I think you're right. But I apologize if I trampled your movie reference. We certainly welcome a good movie reference around here. And honestly, it's a movie reference and a music reference tied into one. Like, you should get bonus points for that. Okay, so we got the star, we got the balloons, we got the thing and stuff. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else over here. So let's go back over to this side. Up here. What are we missing up here? Just the one wall. Okay, easy enough. There's that. And we'll just clean up this wall here. No problem. All right. Now then. Oh, dang. This is far more elaborate than I was expecting. Oh, there's a lot of shit going on in here, y'all. Why is this door clean? Did they forget to... Yeah, I think they forgot to put the stuff on the door. Look at all the spinny stuff. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we go up the stairs, we go around the thing, go around the other thing, open the sliding door. Open the sliding door, please. Oh, I see. So it slides between the two sections. Interesting. Oh, and that's why that door is closed, or why that door is clean, because I already cleaned it. That's the same door. That's the same door as the other side. That's the same door. Wow. Clever. What the fuck went down at the fun house? I ask myself that every Friday night. And I will not elaborate. Tim and Eric brain explosion moment. Sure. Let's see. We got follow the lights. I got all the lights. Okay. Let me clean this door as I'm thinking about it. Door jam. There we go. Hit this corner, and then we're gonna open this up. Get that side, and we're gonna close it behind us. There we go. And then we'll just get this side real quick. No problems at all. What is that? That's another light. I think I'm going to spend tomorrow getting into Cyberpunk. You absolutely should. That is one of my absolute favorite games in the whole wide world ever. Dude, I love me some Cyberpunk. I was so skeptical about the way that, like, the role for Keanu Reeves' character. But turns out that skepticism was entirely unfounded and unnecessary. Because he's fucking fantastic. And you know who else is fucking fantastic in Cyberpunk? If you play the Phantom Liberty expansion, Idris Elba is also fucking fantastic in that game. I played a couple hours and it seems great. Oh yeah, dude, no, that game just gets better and better as it goes. It's one of the few games where I've gotten to the end and I've like run out of shit to do and I still just want to keep playing in the space. Like I don't want to go to the there's like a final mission where once you do that mission, you can't go back. So basically what you have to do is just do all of the game before that final mission. And so as long as you never do that final mission, you can just keep playing in the world and keep like, you know, shooting bad guys and stuff. Like it's awesome. It's so good. I love Cyberpunk so much. It's such a great game. And the funny part is I tried to get into Witcher 3 and I was having a hard time with it, which is the other big CD Projekt Red release, right? And so like, I don't know how they went from Witcher 3 to Cyberpunk, but the difference between those games is so night and day, just in terms of like mechanics and graphics and gameplay and the fluidity of the game. Those two games are so dissimilar from each other in my mind. I could play Cyberpunk forever. Witcher 3 I had a really hard time getting into because so much of that game was janky. I have like 900 hours into Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. I don't know how many hours I have into Cyberpunk 2077, to be honest with you. But it's a lot. I've basically, I don't think I've 100%ed the game twice, but pretty close. The first time I finished the game, if it wasn't 100%, it was at least high 90s. And it was before the expansion. So when I got my hands on the Phantom Liberty expansion, my second playthrough, I played through with the expansion and got the new endings and stuff. And played the ever-loving shit out of that game. Just absolutely love that game. Steam says I have 481 hours. Okay. 481.5. We can round that up to 500. I don't mind. I have 500 hours into Cyberpunk 2077. We'll just go ahead and round that up. Switch is in the 500 club, no big deal. Wait, no. I know what the 500 club is. I don't want any part of that. Don't you put me in that. Or is that the 700 club? I don't remember what show that was, but I want nothing to do with Pat Robertson. $700 Club is the televangelism show. $500 Club appears to be a golf course. Oh. All right, then. I'll allow it this time. But I'm watching you. Okay. All right, let's see. So we got that, we got all of that. Okay, there's this. All here. I don't know, man. I'm just taking it one section at a time. I don't even know what I'm doing. Just looking for dirt and scrubbing it. Okay. Tiki Bar was in the 700 Club for a while, but had better things to do. What achievement are you missing? Oh. Lotos! Hi! Welcome! Happy New Year! We watched the ball drop already on the East Coast. Because I don't think I'm gonna do this till midnight my time. So we already did like a countdown just about 48 minutes ago. But here we are. We are lo-fiing and we are power washing. And hanging out with some cool nerdy folks. Good to see you, Lotos. It's been a minute. Sounds perfect. Happy New Year. How have you been? What you been up to? How was your 2025? I hope it was better than mine. New York's balls finally dropped. It's used to sound like a warbling blonde lady, but after they dropped, it sounded like Frank Sinatra. Every part of that is true. There was some blonde singer that was doing John Lennon's Imagine, and then when the ball dropped, they played Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. So it sounded like a blonde lady, and then when the ball dropped, it sounded like Frank Sinatra. Absolutely true. Also, I think Planet Fitness was there, but I can't be sure. Oh, they were there. Yeah, Planet Fitness was sponsoring the event this year for the ball drop. And you could tell from all of the yellow and purple branding everywhere. Along with apparently Kia Motors, because they had some Kia SUV that they were showing off. A new Telluride or whatever their SUV is. Hey. This is the game, y'all. We're just gonna go one wall at a time. Just try to clean our way through as much of this as we possibly can. I'm definitely getting a headache though. I think part of that might have to do with my contacts. I've been wearing my contacts for a few days. I need to take them out. If you see me in glasses on Friday's stream, that's why. It's because my contacts finally just, you know, did a number on me. I see the big spinny thing in front of me. I'll get to that in a minute. There we go. I want to knock out that wall, and then let's see if I can knock out some more of this wall here. It's like little. Okay, there's the yellow, or the purple rather. Where's the yellow? How do I get the yellow section? What's missing? Something's missing. Maybe not. All right, well, let's get this section done at least. 2025 was a solid horror show. I'm definitely ready for 2026. Nothing's new with me. At work like usual, but next month I'll be going to Chewbacca's in New Orleans. Like permanently? Or just like taking a trip? I assume you mean for like a vacation. Or possibly a work trip, I guess, but... It's a trip. It's a whole nerdy Mardi Gras event. Nice. That's pretty sick, actually. I'm stoked for that. like I'm stoked for you that you're getting to go to that. I'm not gonna be able to go to that. I have some other stuff that I'm working on for next year, which I'm excited to share with everybody when the time comes. We're sorry, but we're gonna have to Chewbacca you. I love how like somehow, some way, Chewbacca-ing has turned into a verb. You're gonna get Chewbacca'd. Take your Rogaine and your bandolier. Like some kind of weird punishment. Somebody was painting music instruments and notes and stuff. It was like graffiti. That's weird. How have you been? I've been okay. It's been, you know, ups and downs. I can say confidently that 2025 wasn't my worst year ever. There definitely was some stuff that I wish didn't happen. There's definitely some stuff that, you know, some stuff that was, I would file firmly in the positive side of things. You know, so all in all, like it was, you know, we were kind of talking about it earlier in the stream. Like 2025 for me was pretty meh. It was mid, as the kids like to say. But you know, 26, I've got some stuff in the works. I've got some plans that I'm working on executing said plans. So, you know, should be a good year for me, I think. Hopefully, as long as everything pans out. Honestly, even if like most of it pans out, I still think I'd call that a win. Yeah, you know, fingers crossed. 2025 was no 2019. Yeah, that. It was no 2020 either. 2020 was yeah, I don't want to talk about 2020. That was a weird year. I got a really well-paying job and bought a house for like 2 years. I still have the house, but I don't still have the job. Thankfully, my wife is still working for the video game company that hired me on. She had already been working there for several years, and she's in management. So, like, you know, when I got laid off, I was one of several people that got laid off all at the same time. So it wasn't even like personal. Like I feel like I did pretty well there. I got along really well with everybody. We got a lot of good work done. Like I felt good about my time at that company. So I would probably go back if the opportunity arose, but they're definitely a lot smaller now than they were when I was there. So opportunities are going to be thin, probably. I'm missing the devil. It's rarely personal, but it always feels that way. Yeah, I mean, when you're getting laid off, yeah, it's rarely personal. Getting fired is a different thing. But I didn't get fired. I got laid off, and it was very much like a budget cut kind of thing. But you know, such is life. Probably not the worst thing that could have happened to me either, because it really forced me to sort of like reevaluate my approach to creating content, reevaluate my, you know, my approach to entertaining, being an entertainer. Katsuhiro, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. I know it. I got a layoff back in April 24. Yeah. But the good news is you got a job this year, Pedacabo. Which, hey, by the way, how's that new job treating you? I don't know how much we've really checked in on that, man. It's going along. Lots of learning, which is good. Oh, great. Fireworks are going off around me. Must be midnight in Minnesota. Yeah, I think so. Which is also interesting because Snowhole already dipped out of here. Yeah, I really want y'all to have a good 2026. 25 definitely could have been better. I mean, in some ways it could have been a lot worse, you know, but it for sure could have been better. So I'm really hoping that 2026 is better for everybody. I hope y'all are able to, you know, bring in some money and kind of, you know, connect on those projects, whatever project it is that you've got, sort of bounce around the back of your brains. That for me, like as a creative, that's one of those things that like is just an ongoing, ever-present struggle. I've always got a thing. I've always got projects. I've always got stuff in the works, you know, stuff going on. And there's not a whole lot I can really do about it outside of just trying my best, you know? One of the things I want to work on for 2026, for sure, like absolutely one of the things I want to work on for 2026 is actually something that my therapist and I were talking about today. We were kind of talking about like the difference between Jeff and Switch, right? We're talking about how like I don't always use my identity as the DJ to like out of convenience, because a lot of times it's a lot more convenient to like just sort of take on a role in a situation than to rely on yourself to sort of be your own role. And especially when it comes to like processing things emotionally and whatnot, like it's easier to sort of have a role to play rather than just be yourself. And that's something that I need to work on. Like I really want to work harder in 2026 on, you know, like I'm going to continue to be DJ Switch, but also like I want to work on in my personal life on also being okay with being Jeff, you know? I spent so long just trying to hold on. It's going to take me a while to think about projects. Hey, you know what? And that's perfectly valid, Pedacabo. I think right now, especially with, you know, you taking on the new job and whatnot, like just focus on getting back to homeostasis. By the way, there's a word for you. Just focus on getting back to homeostasis, get back to, you know, get your bills right, get your money right, stack some paper up so you've got a little cushion, you know. Become DJ non-Jazzy Jeff. Yeah. That's part of the reason why I just tell people to call me Switch, is because so often I'm in a role of being a DJ, and as soon as I introduce myself as Jeff, I get immediately compared to the most famous Jeff that ever stepped behind a pair of turntables. The one and only Jazzy Jeff. Who, by the way, is an absolute hero in the DJ community. Like that guy is one of the godfathers for sure. Like even aside from his work with Will Smith, like and his role in you know, Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Like, Jeff continues to be just an incredible advocate for DJing culture, and you know, does a lot of tremendous work when it comes to, you know, being a judge at DJ competitions and sort of like championing the betterment of DJs, you know, work ethic and the betterment of DJs, respect for the game and respect for the music. I have a lot of respect for that guy, but also I don't want to be compared to Jazzy Jeff like ever. Partly because I'm so not that dude, you know, like he's a world famous superstar DJ, and I am Schmucky the Nerd from Portland. YouTube recommended me a DJ a while back, a Russian guy. He plays mostly Soviet era groove tracks. That sounds awesome. Soviet era groove tracks. I don't think I've ever listened to like Soviet era like pop music. You just released a New Year's special? Interesting. Huh. Man, that is wild. Pedicabo, do me a favor and just send me that link, like either to my email or in like a private message. Because once I finish the stream, I'm probably going to lose that link, and I want to be able to refer back to it later. Low tops. I'm imagining Papers, Please EDM. Kind of, yeah. That's kind of what I had in my head too. It's like Papers, Please meets Tiesto, I guess. Yes, Discord. Yes, please, Patacabo, please post it on my Discord. That would be amazing. It's not EDM. Okay. Is it like break beats or like? I mean, I guess once we check out the link in the Discord, we'll find out, right? But yeah, I'm morbidly curious now, like what this guy is doing, because that sounds pretty unique and interesting, and I don't think I've ever heard anything that I could describe that way, that I know of anyway. Okay, so the twirl is clean. We got the bouncy stairs. We need to get this red section here. Man, come on. This funhouse is ridiculous. Why is it called a fun house if it's such a pain in my ass to clean? Isn't the only Russian song is that leg kick song, the Tetris theme, and Rasputin? We got fucking style, man. I always forget how old that Rasputin song is. I forget every time how old that Rasputin song is. Soviet, I'm trying to think of, so Soviet era, would that be like 80s? Remind me again, like when was the Soviet era? Was that the like late 70s, early 80s? I feel like, if I remember right, I feel like the Soviet crash was like the late 80s. Like, look at this. Look at this. They made it behind the thing, so you have to like clean it as it spins. That's funny. There we go. That. That one. Let's get this wall. Uh, 1922 to 1991, 69 years. Nice. By the way, everybody, just in case you missed it, Pedicabo has been subscribed for 69 months, which means this is my 69th month of streaming. Because Pedicabo was one of my very first subscribers. All the way back in 2020 when I started this Twitch channel. And I'm lucky that I have two of my old college friends that have been subscribers since the early days, because it helps me track how long I've been doing this. Like it's a really convenient way of tracking just how long I've been streaming. 69 months, man. In March, it'll be 6 years. Put up the link to DJ Basic. I linked last year's New Year's special because I like it better. Fair enough. That's fair enough. All right, let's go. Get this. Okay. Now let's get this. Okay. That one. Get this weird thing in the middle. It's like a rotating fan type of thing. I don't know what that is. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna just kind of clean up this stuff around here. I think once we hit that fan from the other side, we'll be able to finish it. Just gotta go around here. That. And then we just kind of scooch along here. Yep, there's the backside, just like I thought it would. And ding, there we go. That's that. Let's get the surrounding section. There's that. Okay. We finished the the Planet Fitness colored wall. New Year's Eve this year brought to you by Planet Fitness. Home of the no lunk policy. Lunkheads are not allowed at Planet Fitness. Gotta head out. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you as well, Tiki Bar Cowboy. Thanks again so much for hanging out. Pedacopos is a channel of a bunch of different DJs, mostly or all European, lots of different genres. Nice. Yeah, man. You know what's funny? DJing is like a firmly American invention. Like that's not even debatable. Like we invented recording technology, and perfected, you know, playing music over the radio. We invented fucking radio. Like okay, so like there's like things like Marconi invented wireless transmission and stuff. But music radio as we know it was very much an American broadcast innovation, right? And so like there's so much about DJing and what DJing is that is so deeply ingrained in American roots and culture that it's always really interesting to me to see how other cultures around the world have adopted DJing and sort of made it their own. The way that Europeans treat DJing and the way that they think about DJing is always so fascinating to me, because it's a very much a product of a different culture. You know, there's a lot of similarities to like American DJing and European DJing, but there's also a lot of differences, like a lot of differences. One of the big sort of like glaringly obvious differences is when you look at hip hop DJing versus EDM DJing. I mean, shit, just like, you know, EDM DJs that want to play on Pioneer CDJs versus hip hop DJs that want to play on turntables. You know, like that right there is one of the sort of biggest, most glaring differences, I think, between styles, is just the type of equipment that we use to deliver whatever genre it is that we're operating within. There's a lot of DJing culture that came out of the hip hop movements in the late 70s and early 80s, right? But so much of that innovation that came from the late 70s and early 80s hip hop movement in America, it just got bypassed by the Europeans. Like some of it, you know, like beat matching and some of the style stuff they adopted, but the way that they adopted it doesn't have the same roots in their culture that it does in ours. And so they just kind of took it and ran with it in a different direction. It's not to say that one's more valid than the other, you know. It's really fascinating. And all of it, and so much of it is still so young that like the guy who invented a lot of those techniques is still alive. You know, Grandmaster Flash is still around, and he's still out there talking his shit, you know, doing interviews and whatnot. Like he talks about inventing like the headphone cue. Like the dude got out the soldering iron and wired up a way to cue records with headphones so that you could hear it in the headphones before it played out to the speakers. Like that wasn't just an American invention. That was a poor ass dude from Brooklyn that invented that out of necessity, you know? What am I missing? Oh, that's what I'm missing. That little section, that little tail right there. And he's still alive, by the way. So like we can still talk to him and like ask him about like, you know, some of the early days of DJing and shit. Cause that's how young DJing is. A lot of people maybe don't realize, cause there's a lot of folks around now that, you know, have always had DJs as a thing. But it's, you know, as an art form and as a form of expression, DJing is still really freaking young, dude. What am I missing? The door? Is it the door? Oh, thanks. I'm just about done in here. Just need to figure out. Hang on. Wait a minute. What am I doing wrong? There we go. Okay. Exit lamppost. Okay, so let's untrack all, and then let's go track this one. We're going to go one by one here. We're going to figure out. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. Okay, we got that section, or we got that lamppost. Let's see, what's next? Let's do balcony doorway, 1 of 2. Oh, I see it. Okay, okay. Let's do, oh, wow. That wall there too, yeah. There we go. There's the doorway. We got this roof ceiling section. Excuse me. We're almost there, folks. We're at 99%. Can you feel it? We're almost there. Balcony barrier pole. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're gonna watch that, and we're gonna watch that. Yep. We got this thing. Where's the... Yep, there it is on the outside here. Got it. We have balcony barrier rail. Oh, there we go. Okay. And the underside of, oh yeah, look at those. Yeah, okay. Boom, ding ding. Okay, so that's it for the barrier rails and the barrier poles. Entry platform barrier post. Where is it? There. Oh, yep, backside. Got it. Okay. Let's see what's next. Got all that. Jeez, this is a big one. Okay. Wiggle room tube lights. Oh, ticket booth. Ticket booth door keyhole. Okay. Sure. Ticket booth topper decoration. Wait, I could have sworn I got that star already. Did I not? I don't understand what I did wrong. Hang on. Wait a minute. Is it the back? Weird. Okay. Sure. Whatever. That was quick. Running wheel sign shape 4 of 5. Oh, the like bullhorn thing. Can I get it from down here? Maybe not. Okay, let's go around. There we go. Okay, sign topper shape. So there's another shape up here that we missed. Which one is it? No. No, all the way there. It's the sun thing. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Okay. Wiggle room tube light. Light hallways. Wait, hold on. Is it in here? I'm not sure which one it is. Oh, it's literally this right here. Ding, ding. Okay. And then we got to find the something wiggle room tube light. Whatever that is. I don't know what the wiggle room is. Is it this? No. This? No. All right, hang on. So let's go back through here. So we're going to go through here. We're going to go through here. Tube light. Is it one of these? I don't understand. Oh, it's this. Okay. So then we have what, 2? Yep. Okay, and 3. There we go. We get outside. And hey, Power Washer, are you free to come up to wash our ski resort on Mount Rushless? Well, I probably could get started on that ski resort, but I'm not going to be getting started on it tonight. I got a fresh hot chocolate. That's good stuff. We're going to go to home base. Not tonight. Switch has a headache. You're not wrong. I do, in fact, have a headache. Ski Center, Mount Rushless. Yeah, that's gonna be a big one, man. That one's gonna take some time. So we're gonna just we're gonna do that one next time. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all for hanging out tonight. Loto's great to see you. Peta Cabo, my friend, always great to see you as well. And Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope genuinely and sincerely, I hope that 2026 in every measurable way is better than 2025. I hope that for everybody, because 2025 for me wasn't all bad, but I'm glad to see it go. Let's just leave it at that. That's going to do it for the stream, everybody. Happy New Year and have a great night. I will be back Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific time right here on twitch.tv/DJSwitchPDX. I'll see you then. Bye-bye, y'all.
this was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can, for the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake, and the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me, tore me to pieces, and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. We're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned to think of all the things we've learned for the people who are still alive. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run, there is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive.